Are we witnessing the birth of a new era as McLaren emerges as a serious contender for Formula One supremacy? The Formula One world was left in awe as Max Verstappen clinched victory at Silverstone. But what stole the show was Lando Norris's relentless pursuit, with a gap of less than 4 seconds separating him from the race leader. It was far from a straightforward race, as Norris made a breathtaking start, even overtaking Verstappen, before eventually relinquishing his position a few laps later. The battle between these two titans had spectators on the edge of their seats, with Norris pushing the limits to close the gap and leaving Verstappen no room for complacency. Get ready to drive into the exhilarating journey of McLaren's remarkable turnaround in the 2023 season. McLaren's latest upgrade in Formula One has brought about a transformation in their pace, positioning them as one of the top-performing cars in high-speed corners. The dramatic improvement can be attributed to a 3-step upgrade process. The first set of upgrades was introduced at the Austrian Grand Prix, while the second step, featuring a new front wing, was implemented at the British Grand Prix, and third is expected to be unveiled in Hungary. These upgrades played a crucial role in Lando Norris's impressive performance. On the fast track of Silverstone, Norris said, "We're almost on par with what Red Bull can achieve." The safety car restart at the race witnessed an exhilarating battle between Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton. In a thrilling duel, Norris displayed tremendous determination as he fiercely defended his second position against Hamilton's charging Mercedes. The intensity of the fight was heightened by the fact that Hamilton was on soft tyres while Norris was on hard compound. Despite Hamilton's tyre advantage, Norris skillfully held his ground, making it incredibly challenging for the 7-time world champion to overtake him. Hamilton described the McLaren car, which is newly competitive after an aerodynamic upgrade, as a rocket ship, and said, "Big congratulations to Lando and to McLaren, where it was my family, where I first started. It was a great battle we had, but it's really amazing to see the McLaren back up in competitive form," Hamilton said. "It's been such a long time." While some critics have dismissed McLaren's progress as merely copying Red Bull, such claims oversimplify the substantial effort McLaren has invested in finding their own unique improvements. A closer examination of the changes reveals the team's commitment to pushing the boundaries and attaining excellence on their own terms. Floor fence. The shape and positioning of the floor fences have been adjusted to align with the modifications made downstream. This ensures that the floor fences are tailored to complement the other changes made to the car. Side pod design. McLaren has joined the trend of incorporating a deeper waterslide-style gully on the upper surface of the side pod. This design approach was initially introduced by Alpine and further pursued by Aston Martin. In order to optimize the internal gully configuration, McLaren has also increased the height of the side pod's flank. This adjustment aims to make the most of the layout within the side pod. This allows the airflow over the side pod to influence the beam wing and diffuser, improving consistency and reducing the chances of airflow separation. Radiator inlet. McLaren modified the radiator inlet at the front of the side pod. McLaren previously experimented with a side pod inlet design resembling Red Bull's in the previous season. However, their recent upgrade has resulted in an even closer resemblance to their rival. The upper leading edge of the inlet has been moved backward, and the lower lip has been raised on the chassis, effectively enlarging the undercut area beneath it. By reducing the opening profile and increasing the height, more airflow is directed through the side pod, enhancing the scavenging effect on the front corner of the floor and improving diffuser performance. Underfloor detail. McLaren revised the fairings on the upper surface of the halo's trailing edge. They also made changes to the rearward section of their floor edge, opting for a more mechanical seal rather than relying on aerodynamics. This improves the sealing of the underfloor and increases efficiency. Diffuser geometry. McLaren implemented a gentler radius on the top corners of the diffuser. While the complete details of the underfloor geometry change are not revealed, this modification is a key aspect of the overall package. Cooling outlet. The size of the cooling outlet at the rear of the engine cover was reduced and lowered. Additionally, a slot was opened on the trailing edge of the spine of the engine cover. These changes work together to optimize airflow and cooling. Front wing and nose assembly. Lando Norris has been ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri in terms of receiving upgrades introduced by McLaren. The advantage became evident at the British Grand Prix, where Norris had the opportunity to utilize a revised front wing as part of the upgrades. This new design offers flow conditioning and downforce gains, contributing to improved performance. Though Norris was full of praise for the car's high-speed performance, he admitted it remains pretty terrible in the slow-speed corners, extremely difficult to drive. Despite McLaren's impressive performance at Silverstone, the team remained grounded and realistic about their achievements. They acknowledged that the high-speed characteristics of the Silverstone circuit, combined with cooler temperatures, played a significant role in showcasing the strengths of their MCL60 car. Rather than getting carried away, the team recognized that there is still substantial work to be done in order to ensure consistent, strong performances across all circuits. "We have absolutely improved the car," said Norris, who missed out on a pole position to Max Verstappen by just 0.2 of a second. "The overall speed and performance has just taken a decent step forward. But I guess if I was going to be negative, there's definitely going to be some tracks that we are going to struggle more at. Our weaknesses are still the same, and quite weak." Despite McLaren's progress in addressing the aerodynamic efficiency issues of their initial car design, they continue to face challenges with car balance, direction change in slow-speed corners, and a weak rear end. These weaknesses become evident during races as the tyres overheat, resulting in poor race pace. McLaren team boss Andrea Stella acknowledged that the impressive performance at Silverstone, as well as other promising outings in Spain and Austria, were partly influenced by the cooler temperatures and the use of soft tyres. These factors provided some temporary relief, effectively masking the underlying issues with the car. The team remains aware that further work is necessary to overcome these challenges and achieve consistent, strong performances in all conditions. As McLaren heads into the next race on July 23rd in Hungary, they face a different challenge. The Hungaroring is known for having one of the slowest average speeds among all Formula 1 circuits. This means that the strengths McLaren exhibited at high-speed tracks like Silverstone may not be as advantageous in Hungary. The team will need to adapt their car setup and find solutions to address the issues they face in slow-speed corners and with car balance. The upcoming race will test McLaren's ability to overcome these hurdles and demonstrate their progress in a different racing environment. Although McLaren has shown genuine potential to compete with teams like Mercedes, Ferrari, and Aston Martin this season, their ultimate challenge lies in closing the gap to Red Bull Racing. While McLaren has made significant improvements and has the potential to secure podium finishes, catching up to the dominant Red Bull Racing team remains a more formidable task. Red Bull's consistent performance and strong form make them a tough competitor to surpass. However, McLaren's progress and determination suggest that they are up for the challenge as they strive to bridge the gap and establish themselves as a leading contender in Formula 1. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Stay tuned for more thrilling Formula 1 content. See you next time.